She cooked for him, she prayed for him, she stood by him when he had nothing. She never asked for much, just to be loved in return, but he was too busy chasing what he already had. One morning she packed her things quietly, left a note on the kitchen table, and walked out. The note said only 4 words: "I finally love myself." Marcus Webb was not a bad man. That was the hard part. He was not mean, he was not cruel, he did not raise his voice or come home drunk. He went to work every morning, paid the bills on time, and told people he had a good woman at home. He said it the same way a man talks about a reliable car, grateful in the back of his mind, but never stopping long enough to really appreciate it. Her name was Simone Carter. She had grown up in Atlanta, raised by a mother who taught her that love was something you showed, not just something you said. So that is what Simone did. She showed it every single day. She made his plate before she made her own. She stayed up late when he had work stress, listening to problems he never asked her about in return. She saved money quietly on the side because she believed in the future they were building together. She prayed for him every night, not for herself, but for him, for his peace, for his growth, for the version of him she knew he could become. And Marcus, he accepted all of it like it was just the way things were, like her love was weather, always there, not something you think about until it's gone. He spent his weekends with the guys. He stayed on his phone at dinner. He forgot her birthday once and laughed it off. When she tried to talk to him, really talk to him, he would say, "Simone, you're always making things bigger than they are." And she would get quiet. She would go to the bedroom, close the door softly, and cry in a way that made no sound, because she had learned that making noise only made her seem like the problem. She held on for 3 years, 3 years of planting seeds in dry ground, 3 years of hoping the man she loved would one day look up and really see her standing there. She was not asking for grand gestures. She was not asking for diamonds or trips to Paris. She just wanted him to ask how her day was. She just wanted him to sit next to her on the couch and hold her hand for no reason. She just wanted to feel like she mattered. But that day never really came. So one Tuesday morning in October, a regular Tuesday, nothing special about it, Simone woke up before the sun. She lay there in the quiet, and something inside her shifted, like a bone that had been out of place for too long, finally clicking back into the right position. She got up. She made herself a cup of tea, not for him, just for herself. She sat at the kitchen table and wrote 4 words on a piece of paper. Then she packed a bag, took one last look around the apartment they shared in East Atlanta, and walked out the door without a sound. Marcus came home that evening to a quiet house. He saw the note. He read it once. Then he read it again. "I finally love myself." He sat down slowly, like the air had been taken out of him, and for the first time in 3 years, the apartment felt exactly like what it was, empty. He called. She did not answer. He texted. She was polite but distant, the way you are with someone you've already said goodbye to on the inside. He drove past her mother's house in Decatur one Sunday afternoon and sat in the car like a man who had finally arrived somewhere too late. Because Simone was not sitting at home waiting for him to come back. Simone was living. She had started back at the gym she used to love. She took a pottery class on Thursday nights just because it made her happy. She got a promotion at work she had been too emotionally drained to pursue before. She laughed louder. She slept better. She stopped apologizing for taking up space. And somewhere along the way, she met a man who looked at her the way she had always deserved to be looked at, like she was the answer to a prayer he did not even know he had been praying. Marcus heard about it through a mutual friend, and something in his chest broke open that evening. Not because he was angry, but because he finally understood. He had held something rare and precious in his hands for 3 years, and he had treated it like it would always be there. He had mistaken her patience for permanence. He had mistaken her kindness for weakness. He had confused her silence for settling. He spent years trying to find someone who loved him the way she did. He never did, because women like her don't come twice. And the lesson for every man listening is this: do not wait until she is gone to realize what she was worth. Do not wake up when the house is quiet and the bed is cold and start counting everything she used to do. Love her now, see her now, choose her now, not just in your heart, but in your actions, in your time, in the small moments that add up to a whole life. Water the flower while it is still in your garden, because once it is gone, it does not die, it does not wilt, it does not sit in the dark and wait for you to come back. It blooms somewhere else.